We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too. All these foods are good for you.
Welcome to Storytime Cooks as we learn about food through books. Today we're going to be reading The Night Before St. Patrick's Day, and we are so lucky because today really is the day before St. Patrick's Day, so we couldn't have planned this any better. This is a really fun story by Natasha Wings. And you might notice some similarity to this story along with some of the other stories that we've read. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's Day, the day to wear green. And we've got a calendar pictured in our book, and you can see St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, so that means today is March the 16th, the day before. And you have to wear green on St. Patrick's Day if you have some. That just makes it more fun. Not a creature was stirring except Tim and Maureen, and they're getting all decorated up for St. Patrick's Day. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. And their sign says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we'll catch a leprechaun. They love shiny things. For if they caught one, the legend told, they'd find where he buried a big pot of gold. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? So they're hoping they catch a leprechaun so that they can get a big pot of gold. They set all the traps round the room with great care, in hopes that a wee Irishman would soon be there. And you can see they have all different kinds of traps that they've made, trying to catch their leprechaun. That might be something fun that you guys would like to try. The children then nestled all snug in their beds, and visions of golden coins danced in their head. And you can see in their little dream, they had a gold coin pot at the end of the rainbow. Sounds like the night before Christmas, doesn't it? But instead of the dream that they had in that story, they're dreaming about gold coins. Happy St. Patty's Day, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without warning. I bet that woke him up in a hurry. He huffed and puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. We might see some green eggs here in a second. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hall to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear? What do you think it might be? What were they trying to catch? But a terrible mess. The leprechaun was here, and he's messed up their room. Oh no, but I don't see the leprechaun. Wonder where he went. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor. So they're hunting all over for the little leprechaun that might have been in their room, which led them under Tim's bed and past his closet door. And then inside a trap, they heard someone giggle. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wiggle. There he is. They caught one. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny. His hand clasped a trinket so golden and shiny. He was all dressed in green from head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. "Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky, no lies." "I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X, and it's right in your backyard." What do you think they should do? Do you think they should go out in their backyard and hunt for the rock that has the X on it? But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they thought they might have to dig the gold up. They instantly saw that they had been tricked, because the whole backyard is covered in rocks, and guess what? Every single one of them had an X on it, so they didn't know where the gold was. "Ha ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and better luck next year." He was a funny little man, wasn't he? Well, St. Patrick's Day is a day that we love to talk about green, and today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite green foods. What are some things that are green? Do any of you have any ideas? There are lots of green foods, especially fruits and vegetables. And on the back of our chart, we have some of them, and then have some bigger pictures of some others. So some of our favorite green vegetables might be cucumbers, green peppers, we have green beans, we have broccoli, and you could have fresh broccoli or you could have cooked broccoli, and it changes colors usually when it's cooked. We have a pear, an avocado, and an avocado is not only green on the outside, it's green on the inside. We have a little zucchini, some green grapes. Here's some cucumber slices. We might have some green salad with some tomatoes in it. So there's all kinds of green foods. That green salad would be made out of some lettuce or some leafy greens. And when we think about where these foods are grown, lettuce grows on top of the ground. It's a plant that we just chop off and eat. These cucumbers are actually what we make pickles out of, and they grow on a vine on top of the ground. And grapes, they also grow on a vine. And then cabbage is another great green vegetable, and it's going to grow on the ground. And we grow lots of cabbage in our area. That's something you might see growing in a field nearby. Well, today we are going to make green eggs because that's what they made in our story. So what we are going to do is actually mix up some eggs and some milk and maybe a little salt and pepper and some cheese. And then we're going to pick some of these green vegetables that we want to put in there. And I actually put some kale in mine, but you could use spinach, you could use broccoli, you could use peppers, whatever type of green vegetables that you wanted, green onions. You're going to cook those just a little while. And then you're going to mix it in with the eggs. And then we're going to pour that egg mixture into a muffin pan. And you want to make sure you grease the muffin pan really well so that they'll come out. And you can make this size of muffins, egg muffins, or you could do mini egg muffins that are more like little bite size. These are great things to go ahead and make and then put them in the refrigerator. You can actually even freeze them. And then when you need some breakfast or a quick snack, you can get one of these egg muffins out. You could put some ham or bacon or whatever kind of little pieces of meat in there as well. And they're a really yummy, quick and easy breakfast. So we've made green eggs because we put some green vegetables in ours along with some cheese. I did put it on a gold plate. We didn't find a pot of gold, but at least we have a gold plate. But this would be a fun way for you to have a quick and easy, healthy breakfast. When we think about Nutrition Month, which is March, we want to make sure that we get a variety of different foods every day because remember, food is our fuel. So with this egg dish, we have protein from the egg, we have a little bit of cheese, so that would be dairy, we have some vegetables that we put in there, and we put it on a piece of toast, But you could put it in a tortilla, you could just have toast along the side, and you could even put some fruit along with it. You could put some of these green grapes or some of this pear. Actually, some of this avocado sliced on there would be really, really good. And you basically have all your different food groups. One of the food groups that we sometimes have a hard time encouraging kids to drink is milk from our dairy group. And one of the things that we used to do when our kids were small was to make magic milk. So we would just take plain milk and whatever color you're focusing on, just drop in a little bit of food coloring. And we're going to put the lid on this and shake it up, and our white plain milk is all of a sudden going to be much more interesting. So we now have St. Patrick's Day milk, magic milk, but you could do this with any color that you're studying or something that you're trying to come up with the theme. For those of us in Allegheny County, this was Trojan milk. When my kids were young, we would make it much more interesting, and they would say, I want some Trojan milk, and just a drop of food coloring made them drink that milk right down. Thank you for joining us for Storytime Cooks, where we continue to learn about food through books. We hope you'll come back and join us again next time.
We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too.